and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. I'm out here in nature. The weather's shifting depending on where you at. You know, the coolness coming in. But anyway, without further ado, we're gonna do how we've been doing as we do what we do. And I was in contemplation about a few things, and especially with technology. And I had wrote down some things, cause I'm sure me myself, as well as many others, don't watch for years how we've been programmed amongst many programs to upgrade every year. I watched this over the last 10, 20 years, you know, with a keen eye. I'll say 10, 20 years with a keen eye. You know, every new technology come out, you know, we programmed to gotta have it, you know. Whatever it is, new car, new phone, new clothes, new household appliances, every year, whatever they upgrade, we've been upgraded and programmed to go out and buy it, to consume it. My point is, it's to the point that the things that we consume, we have become consumed by. The things that we buy, they control us to that extent. You can see this. There's no real value for people. I see a lack of real true value for people in consideration just of the person that they are. Now is the time to upgrade ourselves, man. That's my point. My point is we upgraded everything but ourselves, and now is the time to upgrade ourselves in oneness. Universally speaking, individually and to the collective. You know, we need a greater sense of wholeness and health. You know, and many things. The mind that begets the ideas is greater than the byproduct of the idea. So, you know, we must agree it's time for us to hit the reset button and reprogram ourselves, man. The champion is still on the field when the game is over, so we still got plenty of work to do. And the reason I say that is, you know, the champion is still on the field when the game is over, because those who are on this spiritual journey know that there is no ascension without regeneration. Regeneration of mind, regeneration of body, and therefore regeneration of spirit. There is no ascension without regeneration. And with that, I'm gonna go off into our topic today. We're gonna get off into the 80K Luke, Law of Life. 80K Luke, Law of Life. And we're on page 91, and the topic for the day was karma. It's probably a touchy topic for most of us. And y'all can see, I read my books, I use my books. I got something written in the book, so I'm gonna read what I wrote and pertaining to this topic, karma, and then we're gonna proceed. Only those who are prepared in the principle can understand the law of the principle. The working out of the just law places us where we belong. That's a deep contemplation. I'm gonna also say we must remember there are only two faces to consciousness. There are only two faces to consciousness: the spiritual and the material. These two faces work in mind and body concurrently. So now we're gonna get off into the topic of karma. When I think about karma, I think about the Bible scripture that says the block that the builder rejected became the chief cornerstone. Rejection meaning dishonor, envy, hate, so forth. Rejected it can have many synonyms to reject, to what rejected means. Karma. Karma is the law of cause and effect. For any of those who want to know what karma is the law of cause and effect. All your words, all your feelings are the creations or are the sons and daughters you will someday face unless you call the presence, the source, into action to transmute them, the imperfect ones, the fallen ones. Karma is returning to people every day, which most do not understand. The life pattern of each individual knows its own and returns to its source. That is the circle of life. As you sow, so shall you reap. Wrong thoughts and feelings. Karma. Wrong thoughts and feelings. Karma. Wrong thoughts and feelings. Karma goes to Earth's periphery and then begins to return to its center. If it be discordant or chaotic, the longer it goes, the more it gathers. It builds of the same quality to it on its return to its center. Unless, however, you transmute it by the use of the violet flame. It may be slow returning, but since the release and increase of cosmic light, it is returning much more swiftly than formerly. Then much of it did not return in that embodiment, but in some future embodiment. That accounts for distress, dis-ease, or accidents which apparently come about for no known reason. That explains the seeming injustices so often encountered, or that we see occurring all over the world. Seeming injustices. Accumulated karma of former embodiments causes stooped over conditions and hunchbacks. These latter are usually results of some terrific commitment of wrong. That hump is human creation. Why do some people walk heavier than others? Some very small person may walk with a much heavier step than some large person. That is because of the weight of the human creation, the energy, the karmic energy about that person. When misfortunes befall some, they submit to it, saying, "It is God's will." Of course, God never imposed anything less than perfection on anyone. But do we impose perfection on ourselves? That's the problem. It is just one's own human creation, not God. Your own thinking, returning and taking its toll. The effect of causes set up in this or former embodiments. Karma is misqualified energy returning to its sender for redemption, for cleaning up, for purging. All reaction comes from human qualification of energy released from your source, from your presence, from your higher self. When one comes into this understanding, understanding, and overstanding, you step into the stream of light, and it causes your past accumulated karma to come forth so you can handle it. Through the source, by calling into action, we can transmute and balance karma and need not experience its reactions as in the past. The source projects forth light rays to render this service. Instead of, as in former teachings, one had to learn only about what the outer self could do in outer service or what he could draw forth, call on the law of forgiveness for any and all wrongs committed. Ask the presence, ask source to project its light rays and violet flame into karma or injury imposed on another, and transmute it and replace it with a blessing. Then pour divine love to them. When we come into embodiment, each one is given a span, an approximate time set by your higher self, your Christ self. Sometimes when one comes to the end of the span of life, much is crowded in at that time. That is because they have wanted time, wasted time. Let me back up. Sometimes when one comes to the end of your lifespan, much is crowded crowded in at that time. That is because they have wasted time and not accomplished what you were born to do. And giving these decrees for all mankind is the quickest way to balance karma. The final embodiment may be very strenuous. That is because on the inner plane, one has agreed to take on all one's karma in that embodiment and transmute it. That's for those who of us who came in this embodiment to take on all the previous karma of our former embodiments. And that's what Southwood God came here to do. Furthermore, all karma has to be transmuted and some balance given to life before one can make the ascension. Furthermore, at this time of world change, many students agree at inner levels before taking embodiment in this present one to help transmute and clear the earth of the discordant creations and actions. About 75% of discord is mass accumulation, meaning we all play a part in this mess that we made. 25% is our own human creation. When the discord in the atmosphere is consumed, mankind will be relieved of about 75% of their present creating capacity of discord. The wrong use of the elements. The wrong use of the elements always brings a recoil, as do any actions creating karma unless one expiates the cause and balances the effect through conscious application of the law. The cause of droughts is misuse of produce by storing it and most of all by destroying food to keep up prices. We about to go through this. It's a prediction. We about to go through this. Y'all think we had a food shortage before? Man, y'all better start growing your own because they got another trick for us. That food should be distributed, there being many needy who are also God's children. We are all God's children. We are all God's children. We are all her children. Nature rebels at such wrong actions and reacts in droughts and destructive weather conditions. Destruction returns upon itself. We create karma not only by commission, but by omission as well. To fail to act is to fail to you guilty if you fail to do something. To not act at all is guilty of being on the wrong side of the fence. I'll say it like that. At the end of each year, the cosmic law permits at inner levels the transmutation of karma of each life stream created through ignorance and with no deliberate wrong or evil intent. After transition or passing away, while dwelling at inner levels in the in-between embodiments, the individual can also expiate some of your karma, especially now that they are taught the use of the transmuting violet flame. They appear before the karmic board in the hall of judgment and are given their assignment. This is not to be feared, as the halls are a place of great mercy and not of punishment. In temples there, they are taught the law according to your comprehension, and certain application is given. Also, you are given some service to render each day. Through the years of public instruction, much accumulated human creation has been transmuted or redeemed or healed for the students who render impersonal service to mankind and the earth. What you sow, you must reap. What you sow, you must reap. That is a fundamental principle, a fundamental law, universal law. Just to repress or push back is not real freedom, nor permanent, for it must someday be brought back up and transmuted. When we know the I Am source and have its action, then experience of reaction are no longer necessary. I'm going to say that again. When we know the higher self and have its action, then experiences of reaction are no longer necessary. Or in other words, when God is in action, reaction is unnecessary.
Like, share, subscribe. I hope y'all appreciated the message. I was having a little fruit problem, but I still tried to get the message out over the mess. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to sow a seed into the information being sold, $SAIWOODAGOD. That's $Sour to God on Cash App. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be good.